Hello everybody, this is Mrs. Lehman from Math with Mrs. Lehman. We were just discussing how the math wizards are nervous because we're coming for them. But anyway, we still have to finish up Module 5, which is all about geometry. And do you know what the acorn said to the oak?
No.
Gee, I'm a tree. That's terrible. Okay. It's not funny. Anyway, what we're going to do is talk about nets today, and as it says right here in the lesson summary, nets are two-dimensional figures that can be folded to create three-dimensional solids. So right down here in the problem set, how do I get around this thing? Please hold. I need to move this recording bar. Well, that's no good. Anyway, I guess I'll have to do it by hand. I was going to draw a nice straight line, but so much for that. We're going to draw two columns right down the middle of this. All right, and the one on the left is what we call the nets. These are the two-dimensional version of what's on the right, which is a 3D figure or a 3D solid. All right, three-dimensional. So today we're going to be pausing this video a lot just because I have a lot of examples of these that the kids are going to be passing around. So we're going to just cover some basics here in this video for the people watching. So A is what we would call a rectangular prism. All right, so we're pretty much dealing with prisms versus pyramids. And what you'll notice with a prism is that we have let me reword that. With rectangular prisms, we have two bases, okay? We have a matching base. One would be the top, one would be the bottom, all right? And then you'll notice in this case a rectangle, well, in all cases, a rectangle has four sides, right? So there is a corresponding wall or a corresponding rectangle that will go with each of those four sides, okay? So if you were to fold this up, it would form a box. And we talked about before we started recording that these have to close, okay? So we don't want any open sides. We don't want sides that overlap. So you just have to be really careful of those. So a rectangular prism net looks like that fun-shaped thing over on A. Who can tell me which one of these it would be? Would it be D, E, or F when it is folded up? Paula? F. Very good. So next to F, we're going to write rectangular prism again. All right. Let's look back after you're done writing that at, how did I flip that over here? Let's look back up here. How many faces are there? Faces are the sides. How many sides are there? How many polygons is that made up of? Peyton? 6. Very good. So we have 6 faces. So let's write next to this 6 faces. You guys thought being called two-faced was bad. Whew. 6 faces. Ha ha ha. I know. This channel is just ripe with terrible jokes. But we call each of these sides a face. And what we're going to do tomorrow is find the surface or surface area, find the area of all of the faces of a net, okay, or a 3D shape. Yep. All right. So that is a prism. So again, we have, just to reiterate, two bases, right? So here and here are the base, the top and bottom, and then we have a rectangle to go with each of the 4 sides of that particular shape. All right, so I'm going to pause this while we pass around some rectangular prisms. All right, so now we're going to look at B, which is what we call a triangular prism. So again, we have two bases here. We've got this triangle and this matching triangle. One I picture as the bottom, one I picture as the top. And then we have, you know, a 3-sided shape here. And because we have a 3-sided shape, we're going to need 3 walls going around it, right? So we have 3 rectangles. So a total, in this case, of 5 faces. All right, so this is different than a pyramid, where we also see a lot of triangles going on, but this triangular prism only has 2 triangles, and again, because it's 2 bases that are triangles. So who can tell me, is it D or E that is a triangular prism? Maddie? D, very good. So let's write that right here next to D. This is also a triangular prism. All right, so I'm going to, again, pause the video so that we can take a look at these in real life. Okay, now we're going to learn about pyramids. So a pyramid is defined by its base. All right, so right here we have a base. Now on your module booklet, it's more rectangular than it looks on my screen. So we would call it a rectangular pyramid. And so really a pyramid has just one base, in this case a rectangle, and that base is surrounded by, so for every side of the base shape there is a triangle to go with it, because when these things all fold up it would come up to a point. The Mrs. Lehman term is a pointy point, all right? The mathematical term is an apex, all right? So what happens is these would fold up and form a nice point at the top. That makes it a pyramid. So again, we define it by its base. I'm going to pass around some pyramids. You'll see all types of pyramids. A lot of times the common ones are rectangular pyramids, square pyramids, and triangular pyramids. So a triangular pyramid would look like this maybe. So you have a base of a triangle, and then one side coming up would be there, the other side coming up. Of course the smartboard, as you know, doesn't want to work right there. And then another triangle here. If you were to fold that all up, it would also form a pyramid. But you could have a hexagonal pyramid, right? You could have a wow, I'm struggling today, a 6-sided shape, and then if each of these, each side had a triangle to go with it, that would form a point at the top. You could have an octagonal pyramid. I mean, really the possibilities are about endless. So anyway, what shape would the rectangular pyramid look like in 3D form? E, very good. So we're going to write rectangular pyramid right there. So I'm going to pause the video while we check some of these out. All right, so the homework tonight is page 50 and 51. Remember that the shapes are defined by their bases, and they are, if it's a prism, it's going to have 2 bases that are the same, and then the number of rectangles for how many sides there are for the base. So for example, a triangular prism has 2 triangle bases, and there's 3 sides to a triangle, so it's going to have 3 rectangles that go with it, versus a triangular pyramid, which will be a triangle base, just one base, and it's surrounded with triangles, which will make a pyramid versus a prism. All right, so anyway, thanks for watching Math with Mrs. Lehman. Please don't forget to check out my daily New York State Grade 6 Math Review playlist. So if you click on the bottom, it says View Full Playlist, and it will show you each of the videos. They're under 10 minutes typically, and they have a little challenge question to give children an opportunity to win some prizes, etc. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day. Bye.